My name's Daniel Roy, and today I'm going to demonstrate 10 levels of sleight of hand with cards. I'll start off by using whatever card happens to be on top of the deck, in this case, the Ace of Clubs. Now level 1 is being able to control just one card. So for example, I can give these cards a cut, yet still control the Ace of Clubs.
Do it again.
Level 2 is what's
You
called
liar.
slug.
You liar. I wasn't looking.
Basically just means the Ace of Clubs. Now level 1 is being able to control just one card. So for example, I can give these cards a cut, yet still control the Ace of Clubs. Now level 2 is what's called a slug control. Basically just means to control a small group of cards. So for example, if I give the cards a shuffle like this and some cuts, not only have I controlled the Ace of Clubs,
Can we expect you
but I
with
have
us when
also
the new
controlled the Two of
Battlefield
Clubs,
2042
the Three of
releases?
Clubs, the Four of
Looks
Clubs,
sick.
yet still
Have you seen the
control.
trailer?
Basically,
Likely yes, but if not, say the word for the link.
I could find that one, probably Hydrogen. I could probably find that one. I'm gonna take a look after this.
it just means to control a small group of cards. So for example, if I give the cards a shuffle like this and some cuts, not only have I controlled the Ace of Clubs, but I have also controlled the Two of Clubs, the Three of Clubs, the Four of Clubs, and the Five of Clubs.
What?
Now level
Okay.
3 is what's called controlling the entire deck of cards. So I'm going to give these cards some shuffles and cuts, and even though it looks like I'm mixing the cards, I'm actually keeping every single card in the deck in exactly the same position. So you can see that the Ace of Clubs is followed by the 2, which is followed by the 3, which is followed by the 4 and the 5, and the 6 and the 7, and the 8, the 9, the 10, the Jack, the Queen, and the King. But it's not just the clubs, because all of the hearts are in perfect numerical order, the Ace through the King, all the diamonds are in perfect numerical order, the Ace through the King, and all of the spades are in perfect numerical order, the Ace all the way through the King. Followed by the I'm actually called controlling the entire deck of cards. So I'm going to give these cards some shuffles and cuts, and even though it looks like I'm mixing the cards, I'm actually keeping every single card.
How are you
in the
keeping
card.
those the same?
I'm actually keep, and even though it looks like
How are you
I'm
not
gonna give these
actually
cards
doing
some
anything
shuffles
there?
and cuts, and even though it looks like I'm mixing the cards, I'm actually keeping every single card in the deck in exactly the same position. So you can see that the is what's called a pharaoh shuffle. Not like the Egyptian pharaohs, it's spelled F-A-R-O, and it's actually named after an old gambling game from the 1800s. And although it's a real shuffle, it's a controlled shuffle, and if I spread the cards out, you'll see what I mean. It is a perfect alternation of the cards, so the deck runs one card from this side, then one from this side, then one from this side, one from this side, one from this side, one from this side, all the way through the deck. And the Pharaoh Shuffle can be done in the hands, the way I did it just a moment ago, but it can also be done flat on the table in a way that mimics a riffle shuffle. And once again, you can see that the cards are perfectly alternating all the way through the deck. Now,
He can
as I
perfectly
said, although
shuffle
it's a real
them
shuffle,
one
it's a controlled shuffle. And
Wow.
even though the 4 aces were spread out a few moments ago, now they are all together right on top of the deck. Now with level 5, we move away from all of the crooked shuffles that we've been examining so far, and we move towards crooked deals. So level 5 is the second deal. I'll put the Ace of Spades on top of the deck, and I'll deal out a round of cards in, let's say, a 5-handed game of poker. Yeah, so 4 players and
The ace is gonna stay on top.
but you'll notice that I've received the Ace of Spades. Now,
Oh.
it's easy to see what's
Yeah.
happening if I leave the ace face up. When I deal to the other players, I'm pulling cards from directly underneath the ace. In other words, I'm dealing the second card from the top. Now, level 6 is what's called a bottom deal, where that ace of diamonds goes onto the bottom of the deck. Yet I can deal 1 card to each of the other players, and then 1 card to myself off the bottom. You can see the ace is no longer on the bottom of the deck because it's now in my poker hand.
Man,
Level
don't
7
let this
is what's
guy
known
deal.
as a Greek deal. See, in high-stakes games of cards, they use what's called a cut card. It's basically just a face-up joker that goes onto the bottom of the deck, and it pins in that ace of hearts. Because right now, if I tried to do a bottom deal, I would deal the face-up joker, which would make it really
Look up
obvious that I was
Richard Turner.
cheating.
He's considered to be
Yet
the
it's even
greatest
possible
card
to deal
mechanic in
that
the world.
ace of hearts
This guy
out
has nothing
from
on him.
above the cut card. You can see that the joker is still there, but the ace is gone because it's now in my poker hand. At level 8, we have what's commonly called the grandfather of all the crooked dealing moves, the legendary center deal, where that ace of clubs literally goes into the middle of the pile. Yet I can deal one card to each of the other players and then one card to myself directly from the center, the ace of clubs. Now with level 9, we move back to crooked shuffling techniques, this time to what's called stacking the deck. Now in order to demonstrate this, I'm going to leave the 4 aces face up on top of the deck. That'll make this a lot easier to follow. I'm going to give these cards a shuffle, and after I give the cards a shuffle, I'll spread them out so you can see what's happening.
You
So
left
the cards down here
top.
are being mixed, but you'll notice that I put exactly 4 cards in between the ace of spades and the ace of diamonds. And I'm going to do something very similar on the next few shuffles. So on this next shuffle, if I spread the cards out, once again, you'll see the cards near the bottom are being mixed, but I've added another 4 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, in between the ace of diamonds and the ace of hearts. Now, on this third shuffle, I have to be very careful.
Now I know why I lose at poker.
And you'll see what I mean when I
When my
spread
friends
out
come
the
over,
cards.
someone knows how to do this.
I've added 1, 2, 3, 4 cards in between the ace of hearts and the ace of clubs. But you'll notice that I have had to be sure to not accidentally shuffle any cards into this region here, because otherwise I'd mess up my stack. This means that all that's left is to just add 4 cards on top of the ace of clubs. And now it's time to deal. Now because
it's a
the aces are
stacked
face up,
deck.
you'll know that they must be coming off the top of the deck.
Right to you.
So on this first round, you'll see that I receive an ace. This hand here is called pocket aces. They say that 3 of a kind is really all you'd ever need to get the money, but just to be sure, I stacked myself all 4 aces. But there's a little problem, which is even if I give myself 4 aces, I'm not going to win any money because none of the other players are going to bet. You'd have to give them really strong hands if you wanted them to bet money. But see, that's the beauty of riffle stacking, because you can control a lot more than just 4 cards. See, that's why I gave this player here the 10 of clubs, and the 10 of hearts, and the 10 of diamonds, and the 10 of spades. I gave this player here the jack of clubs, the jack of hearts, the jack of diamonds, and the jack of spades. This player here got the queen of clubs, the queen of hearts, the queen of diamonds, and the queen of spades. And this player over here got all 4 kings. Now, with level 10, we're not going to introduce any new techniques, but instead we're going to combine all of these techniques into one final demonstration. And in order to do so, I'll use the game of bridge. All you have to know about bridge is that there are 4 players, and that each player gets 13 cards. So, I'm going to give these cards some shuffles and cuts. And afterwards, I'm going to put a cut card on the bottom of the deck, just like I did before. And hopefully, with those stacking shuffles, those false cuts, and some perfect interlaces of cards within those shuffles, and some crooked deals now, I should be able to deal myself the best possible bridge hand, starting with the ace of spades, followed by the 2 of spades, followed by the 3 of spades, followed by the 4 of spades, and the 5 of spades, and the 6 of spades, and the 7 of spades, and the 8 of spades, and the 9 of spades, and the 10 of spades, and the jack of spades, and the queen of spades, and the king of spades. But I would be a poor cheat if I didn't stack some good cards for my friends here. That's why I gave this player here the king of clubs, and the queen of clubs, and the jack of clubs, and the 10 of clubs, and the 9 and the 8, and the 7 and the 6, and the 5, the 4, the 3, the 2, and the ace, all in perfect numerical order. I gave this player over here all 13 diamonds in perfect numerical order.
So the spades
and for
win?
my partner sitting right across from me, the second highest ranking suit, the king to ace of hearts. And that's 10 levels of sleight of hand with cards.
That's bonkers. That is fucking bonkers. That's fucking bonkers.